Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this short session, I'm going to show you how we can paint this track from RFM. These are single link tracks from RFM's Challenger 2 main battle tank model kit, and it comes in a nice beige color, but we want to paint this as if it was made of rubber, and then we're going to do a complete weathering. But that would be a different video. But for now, we can do a step-by-step process on getting this painted into something like a tank track. Okay, so I'll show you the materials that I'm going to do. So we're going to use an airbrush for this, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover this with a primer, a black primer. This is my go-to primer from Mr. Color. You could have your own different primer, but I usually use black one just to make it easier. And then after this is done, I would go ahead and give a coat of buff, right? That would give like a dusty effect, the basic dust effect. And once that's done, I would go ahead and cover the pads with rubber black. So without further introduction, let's go on. For the thinner, I'll be using this one. It's called Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. It is for lacquer, but I realized that you could actually use it for acrylic Tamiya. Okay, let me continue and get my stuff ready. Okay, so I have the primer, the black primer and the thinner mix in my cup, and we could start with airbrushing. And just so that you know your working space doesn't get really that dirty, and I use this old paper from my instruction sheet as a base. I'm going to test it first. It seems okay. So I'm going to cover this everything into a black colored track. I will do another pass just for the details. I need to get into one of these chain links. So this is going to be a little bit boring, and I'm sure I'm going to cut the video. Let's paint the inner side of the track again now. Okay, so we are at the very end of painting the basic painting for the inner side. I'm going to go back and start detail covering of the track. I just need to figure out how I can undo this mess. Okay, that's good. So I've done working with the primer, and this is as black as you can get with the tracks. Okay, so the next step would be to get buff onto this track, and this color will represent a little bit like dry dust. Okay, so let's go into it. Alright, so I have my Tamiya buff in my cup and ready to rock and roll. Okay, turning on the compressor. So here we are aiming in the joints, also the area between the pads. Okay, so I've gone ahead with completing the buff section of it, and here I'll show you that the buff paint will give you a perception that this is covered with dust. Next is to cover the rubber pads with this. Okay, so let's start. That goes on the other side too. So one of the problems of working with tracks is it gets tangled up like this. Okay, this is going to be the last stretch. Yeah, I think they're okay. It doesn't have to be all the same. I mean, these pads, they get dirty very easily. They get worn. There's going to be some differences between one pad and the other. All right, I'm just going to stop over there. So at this stage, as a modeler, you can decide whether you just want to have this as a final product, right? This is already quite representable, having this on a kit. But if you want to go further, we can do some weathering, and this weathering will include painting the lower hull and also the running gear of the model. And I'm saying this when weathering the tracks. I would recommend that you would go together with these running gears, because you know you're using the same materials, and I hate to waste materials. If I could hit 3 birds in 1 stone, why not? I would do that. I think we are all done for making the tracks, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in a bit for part 2. Take care. See you soon. Bye.